What's going on, you guys? Welcome to Beer League Reactions. This is where we react to talent because we don't have any, and we like to check out beer leaguers using sticks. Today, we are doing Beer League Bum Hockey, who apparently is using and reviewing the Ghost. So we're going to react to some of his game footage and pickup footage and just see how he's doing. And hopefully he can give us some rankings on the stick in the video. But looking forward to reacting to some of his plays and how talentless he really is. Let's get right into the video. So first, we're just going to run through the footage that he's presenting, and then we'll react after and give kind of our commentary, and we'll see how it kind of goes. So, all right, let's see what you got, Beer League Bum. Seems to be getting like a breakaway. Missed the net, though. Good shot, but missed the net. Another breakaway. These guys are slow. Tommy would rate that backhand pretty low. It's all the sticks fault. Dangling around. Is this guy planning to score in these highlight videos? Good shot. Great stick flex. At least his teammate put it in that time. Haven't really seen many highlights yet, though. See, a lot of stick flex on that Ghost. Has as much flex as a Gen Z TikTok video. There we go. That's a good shot. That was better. Little backhand breakaway. That one Tommy would rate higher for sure. In the slot. See, great stick flex on that Ghost, but not a highlight. Oh, see, that's showing the power of that Ghost for sure. Another breakaway. Same move. You think these goalies would have something on Beer League Bum, but I guess not. Same move again. This guy's move is as original as a freaking Disney sequel. Wow, that was a rocket. See, old school shooting with the Ghost, huge stick flex. See, that was a great shot too, but why is this so blurry? That could have been Bigfoot for all I know. Okay, Live Barn seems to be better at Twin Ring. Just beating all these guys. Another old school shot. You can tell this is over 30s beer league because everybody looks 60. Another one. Old school shot again. Ghost is really good for that. Mid kick. Dangling around everybody. See that flex on that stick? I love the mid kicks for that. Another breakaway. Mr. Disney sequel himself. Look at that move. All right, let's get into what we kind of saw during this video and how the Ghost performs. So like a lot of those clips, you could see the stick flex on the Ghost. And I think that's with the mid kick, you know, having an easy load is kind of the most important. And that's kind of what the Ghost's strength zone is generating power on all shots. And I'll show you some of the highlights of what I was talking about for shooting and release. I think that's really where it excels for sure. So let's deep dive into those individual highlights and talk about it. So when it comes to the Ghost, what I can see from these clips, you know, the power is there. One of the better sticks for power these days. You know, on that one, you can really see the stick flex on the old school shooting, which, you know, Beer League Bum is known for. And, you know, and on this one, again, old school shot, just a rocket. Yes, you know, he misses the net. You know, come on, dude, hit the net. And then on this one, new school, you know, snapper, and his friend puts it away. But that is like the ideal type of shooting is these two. And then on this one as well, again, you know, newer school shooting and gets that good power. So that's what I'm seeing with the Ghost here. Great stick flex, you know, especially there. New school shot, just rocket. Goalie didn't have a chance in the slot. That's what this stick is good at. Yeah, same thing. New school shot, excellent. Now, overall, the stick is a great shooter stick for any style of shooting. Just tailor your flex a little bit to what you're trying to accomplish. And then, again, just snappers, slappers, old school, doesn't matter. Thing's just a rocket. Now, interesting enough, though, this also kind of shows the puck feel and great stiffness on the blade. You just don't lose the puck there. And, I'm liking the blade for that. And as you can see in some of these deeks, beer league bum, doesn't lose the puck, really quick little backhand there, great puck feel. And then on those original same move every time, all four, great puck feel. It's easy to feel the puck. You know where you're going with it. You can make those quick moves, etc. So I'm a huge fan. Yeah. So as we finish up, let's get into the final review from Beer League Bum himself. Well, that was interesting from Beer League reactions on the footage for Beer League Bum. But anyway, thank you for that. So in terms of the Ghost, I'm extremely impressed. This stick is now my top rated stick since the LX Pro. And yes, I haven't done the LX3, which I do want to try because I'm hearing great things. Would it outrank the original LX Pro? And would it outrank the Ghost? So interesting enough, this is a return to glory for CCM after the Heloid debacle. No more Heloid. Gee, I wonder why CCM. That took a lot to get rid of. The new Ghost is not only amazing shot, amazing release, great feel, weight, and balance with a super stiff blade that still has decent puck feel. It's very clunky feeling, which I love. You have the tactile grip and just an old school mid kick shot. This stick is finally a return to glory for CCM. So let's get into each individual ranking and we'll do a summary at the end and we'll send you guys on your way. Just a reminder, support the Patreon. I keep getting messages about Morph, LX3, and TPS now, and a few others. I can't buy more sticks without support on the channel and growing the channel, getting YouTube revenue on ads, guys. So support the Patreon. Maybe I can get that LX3. We'll see how it goes. All right, so we'll do a summary from the reaction because I just want to make sure everybody understands how great this stick has been for me. 4.3 out of 5 for shooting is one of the highest rating shooting sticks in quite some time because it just does everything so well. One of the key points of this stick is that all shot types fly off this stick no matter what. And I think that's the biggest difference between modern and mid kicks now is trying to find that balance where the stiff or soft flex profile does or doesn't work. And I think this is perfectly in between as a medium kind of in between soft and stiff flex profile. So it's still easy loading. I used a 75 flex and I honestly think that the 70 or 75 is probably perfect. And you could just dial that in a little bit depending on your kind of strength and size and what you're trying to get out of it. We'll talk about that in here in release now. So release 3.9 out of 5, very high for a mid-kick stick. I found this was better than the Proto 2 in terms of that because you can dial the flex to that to help with your release. With the 75, release is a little bit harder, but I think if you go like 65 or 70, because CCM does full length senior sticks, you can cut these a little bit and just dial it to where you need to be perfectly. The release is super smooth, really easy loading, and comes off like a rocket. 4.1 out of 5 for feel, weight, and balance. I honestly think this is one of the better sticks for that because, first of all, we ditched Helicoid, so the blade is much better. It is extremely stiff, but it still has a little bit of a clunky feel to it, so the punk feel is good. Because of that, and you have a slight quarter-inch max height blade, coupled with amazing grip and texture, and that perfect weight to durability ratio, and an excellent balance point, this is one of the better sticks for that. And actually, I felt that the Pulse was very much like that too. But now you're throwing the durability in for the actual XF Ghost now. And I think this is one of the best sticks for that as well. 4.2 out of 5. This stick is actually crazy durable. And the reason that I'm giving it that high of a rating is actually because of a supporter of the channel who I talk to on Instagram all the time. Had an XF Ghost as well, who originally recommended it to me. So shout out to him. He definitely knows who he is. He's on the rink 24/7 shooting pucks, gives me a lot of feedback to help with the channel. And his ghost lasted countless hours and just bomb after bomb after bomb. And then I put it through the ringer as well. So not only is the shaft durable, but the stiff blade without helicoid is extremely durable. This stick actually is the first time I can say I'm confident that a stick with performance is decently durable, and you should be able to give it hell out there and actually make something happen with this stick, or you're not kind of careful and thinking that's very brittle. So kudos to anybody, of course, and my one fan who supports me, but this stick is decently durable too. 16.5 out of 20 puts it in that upper echelon of stick releases over the last little while. Now, overall, this stick is excellent. The only reason it's not slightly higher is because the shot power was just slightly dialed back. Although it does shoot some decent bombs, I still feel CCM in the past can't seem to find a good compromise between crazy shot power of the AS3, FT3, FT4, and new sticks, because I think that they're trying to limit recoil a little bit so you don't have the explosion. I know one day they're going to find the balance. Maybe it's going to be in 2054. I don't really know, but it's just not quite the perfect stick yet because the shot power is just dialed back just a little bit. So who's this stick for? Personally, I think this stick bodes really well for somebody who likes to utilize multiple shot types, and especially somebody like me who brings the slapper or old school snapshot or half clapper once in a while. And I think this stick finally kind of brings all of that, because I do use like wristers, etc., like you saw in the reaction portion, but I do kind of load up a lot as well, depending on what type of game I'm playing. So I love having like this stick for pickup where I can just let go of kind of like wrist shots and snapshots, but also in a real game in a little bit higher level, if I want to let go of a massive one-timer, it's perfect for that. So this stick bodes really well for across the board when you're talking about my video of mating your kick point, your flex, and your shot style. This is really the jack of all trades, but has a little bit more upper echelon across the board. So it's definitely perfect for all of those shooting styles. I think what you can do is, depending on what one you use a little bit more, like let's say you're doing kind of snappy style, Bedard style shots, is just drop the flex a little bit. But if you're doing more kind of putting more effort and lean into it, just keep the flex a little bit higher. That's why I'm in the 75 here. But if I break this in case of warranty, because I'm really into this now, I'll probably drop the flex and then try and see how it goes with either type of shooting style. Reactions are pretty hilarious. I didn't have this actually plugged in the whole time. This is just a prop. See you guys next time.